Vanderbilt's tournament resume, the net, which is one of the metrics the selection committee uses to determine who gets in, is at 22. Mississippi State, according to Charlie Cream, right now is a 9 seed, but he thinks a number 7 seed very much in play for the Bulldogs, depending on how the remainder of their schedule go. It is a play for K game here in Nashville. Both teams raising awareness for breast cancer and breast cancer research, so that is why they are in the pink. It is Mississippi State in the white uniforms and Vanderbilt in the dark uniforms. Mississippi State controlling the opening tip. Mississippi State coming in off a loss on Sunday to Alabama. They want to get back in the win column. Poe, who's been hot from 3, misses her first shot. And Vanderbilt's been off a week since their last loss to Texas. Always interesting to see, as you said, Ann, how a team responds after losses, and especially for Vanderbilt after the layoff.
You know, a week-long break, it is much needed right now in the grind of the SEC. But yes, how do they respond and get back in the win column? Because it was a huge accomplishment to be ranked in the top 25, but then got bounced out after those 2 losses.
And those were not 2 bad losses by any stretch of the imagination to Ole Miss and Texas. Starting lineup for Mississippi State, and that is always good for the Bulldogs to see that first shot go in, and especially when it's Jerkayla Jordan.
Mississippi State, first 2 offensive plays, they go to Jerkayla Jordan, posting up the small guard inside.
And speaking of posting up, Pierre posting up on the opposite end.
And we're going to see that a lot from Vanderbilt. They do these nice rip screens for Pierre, getting her going backwards towards the rim.
It's incredible to me, though, and Vanderbilt's 2 20-point scores. One's in the backcourt and one's down low. So they're going to hurt you regardless of where you focus.
Yeah, that's right. If you double team, the other one's going to be open. And, of course, we haven't even talked about some of the other standouts for Vanderbilt, like Ayanna Moore, who's averaging over 13 points.
Sam Purcell loving that seersucker pink jacket. He is not happy with that last possession, though, but Sam Purcell on the verge of picking up his 63rd win, and no Mississippi State head coach has ever won that many in 3 seasons. He's only in his 3rd season, and I don't think Sam Purcell gets enough credit for that. Shea Ralph, on the other hand, has put Vanderbilt women's basketball back on the map in her 4th season, took this team to the NCAA tournament last year, and again, they will be making another appearance this year. Shea, the incredible player from UConn, before that, Terry Sanford High School in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but has turned into a world-class coach. Blake's at the free throw line, and another thing about Blake's, she shoots more free throws than just about anybody in the conference.
That's because I believe it's her first step. She is so quick and explosive that she turns the corner on players, and they're a step behind. That's why she's able to get to the free throw line so often.
So Vanderbilt's first 4 points have come by virtue of Pierre and Blake's. Jordan attacking the basket. That was a point of emphasis for Mississippi State to attack. They come up empty on that possession. Good save. Back into Pierre. 3 on the way from Waba. Good hustle by Jordan. Jerkayla Jordan said she wants to finish her career strong.
One of those things I was going to look out for in these games are those 50-50 balls, like that Jerkayla Jordan going after it.
Caught. She is so good down low. It's almost automatic when the ball touches her hands that close to the basket.
Yeah, 3rd in the nation for field goal percentage down there. And she gets them on those offensive rebounds, which is key for Mississippi State.
She's made 67% of her shots this season. Mississippi State will go to the bench with the next dead ball. Jordan taking it in against Pierre, and Okot there to clean it up. And Okot now with 4 of Mississippi State's 6 points.
And I still consider that a hustle play, because you have a 6'5" player running rim to rim to get that offensive board, staying after the play.
And Okot with a rebound. I think Medina Okot is a star in the making in this conference. She is so versatile as a big. There she is, winning that 50-50 ball, and took a couple of steps when she got possession of it. Sam Purcell bringing in McFall and Anaya Russell, and that's another wrinkle in Mississippi State's strategy. They're going to try to do a little more subbing from here on out, get more players in the mix, keep it fresh.
It was incredible to be able to talk with him at shoot-around and hear his strategy about just trying to wear him down, getting the win. And he says everything matters. When he was in shoot-around, the energy and excitement around Coach Purcell, it was laughable. You could hear it.
You know, it's interesting because when he was talking to us about there's more shoots, it almost sounded a little bit like Kim Caldwell in that don't worry about when you come out of the game. It is not punishing you for not playing well. You're going to go back in, but we're going to try to keep as many fresh players on the court. And to me, it speaks to his confidence in his players that he feels like he can increase the number of subs.
And I think that's important to have those conversations with players so they know, go all out for those first 3 minutes. You're going to get a break, and you're going to come back in. We're going to go all out again.
Kapanis 5 in black for Vanderbilt is in as well. Pierre attacks the rim and has her second bucket.
And just like that, that's how quick SEC teams can get points on the board. So it is important to keep continuing to sub and get those fresh legs.
Poe still trying to find her range. Poe has been shooting lights out lately. She's averaged 15 points a game her last 2 games. Lakes with the take. And stuck in by Oliver, who's in the right place at the right time.
That's an important play for Vandy because 3 people go after Blake's, and then it leaves one of your players open to get that offensive rebound.
Those strong, which.
And a foul on Blake's at midcourt. Montague coming into the game for Mississippi State, sophomore from Atlantic City, and Oliver checking out. Oliver, such a leader on this Vanderbilt team. She's one of those unsung heroes. And Madison Green coming in for Vanderbilt as well. So both teams really going to that bench here early.
I love that you mentioned that about Oliver. Just seeing her leadership at shoot-around, how she's always communicating, high-fiving a team. You can tell that she's someone who really just wants to impact winning.
Mississippi State looking for a bucket. Russell trying to give it to him. Misses on the drive. Kapanis will push it for the Commodores. Pierre catching and driving. Wow.
It's just an athletic move right there, putting your head down and being able to hit that fadeaway. At 6'2", she is so smooth, one of the best athletes in the SEC.
There's Blakes with the steal. Blakes will take it down herself. Easy 2. And a timeout. Mississippi State takes a timeout after Vanderbilt has gone on an 8-0 run. Has not been playing basketball that long. She was a high-level soccer player. Thought that would probably be the sport that she played in college. She was being recruited by a lot of top programs, but hit a growth spurt. I mean, like going from 5'8" to 6'2", right. And suddenly she saw basketball as her future, and it's a good thing for Vanderbilt that she did.
I love those stories like that. When you're an elite athlete in multiple sports, having those kinds of skill sets actually helps you out, and you can see that in how she's able to rise up in her mid-range game, and also one of the best defensive players for Vandy.
So much potential still unfilled for Pierre. Shot clock down to 5 for Mississippi State. McFall will take it. Yes! 3-pointer from Destiny McFall, and she was well defended.
Out of a timeout, you love to see that. Your player hits that one middle of the key. Didn't even hit the rim on that shot. Nice shot by McFall.
It's our first 3 of the game. Mississippi State averages 7 a game. Nice look inside. Oh, and the finish just rolls off the rim for Mitchell. And a foul by Mitchell at midcourt. Let's go back to that 3.
I mean, you see McFall a little step back, and that's a hard move going to your right when she's left-handed, but you see just a nice little rainbow drop through the bottom of the net. A score that Mississippi State really needed.
And Kapanis was right in her face. It was a fantastic shot. Mississippi State trailing by 3. Looking for the win tonight. This would be an excellent win for the Bulldogs if they could get it against this Vanderbilt team, especially as we have our top 16 reveal on Sunday and get a look at who the top 16 seeds will be as of now. Jump ball. Yeah, Charlie Cream again, he feels like SEC at the moment could have as many as 6 SEC teams in that top 16, and that means they would be hosting first and second rounds.
And that's so important in women's basketball, and you can even see it in fans around the nation to be able to host. And you have that home court advantage for possibly the 2 first games, so that's a big deal to be in those top 16.
Based on the current resume, Vanderbilt still has a chance to work itself up into the top 16. Remember, this will just be the first of 2 reveals by the committee on Sunday. Selection Sunday is March 16th, and we're going to stay on this end. So, Ann, I know this is your first experience here in Memorial, where we're sitting below the level of the court and the benches are on each end under the baskets. What do you think?
Well, it's been one, we're a little bit lower, so I was wondering what that eye level will look like. But it's been fun to see the players come in and check in right in front of us here. They all just sit down, but the coaches still come over and high-five them as they go in. So I've really liked that energy that Coach Purcell and Coach Ralph have.
Good steal by Mitchell and a nice pass to Pierre on the inside. Good teamwork. This Vanderbilt team, I think that's one of the things they do best is pass, move the basketball.
I agree with you on that kind of team play. They average over 16 assists per game. Like another nice pass right there. But one thing you'll notice about the Commodores is that their intensity on defense, how they trap and they move through passing lanes, is a key for them.
Offensive foul. Blakes takes the charge.
And that was a huge play right there by Blakes getting the charge. But the play before, you see it. This is the 50-50 ball, staying with the play. The ball's not out of bounds. And you find your teammate, Pierre, underneath the rim.
That foul was on McFall. The charge Blake's taking. Players coming in and out for both teams. Both coaches going to their bench often. McFall, Jordan, Russell, Prater, Alcott on the floor for Mississippi State. Blake, Screen, Pierre, Mitchell, and Moore for the Doors. Only had 2 free throws in this opening quarter. Green knocks down the 3 from the corner right in front of the Mississippi State bench.
That's a big sign for the Commodores, is having other players besides Blake and Pierre getting on the scoreboard early.
That's her 19th 3 of the season. And a turnover forced by the Doors.
You're seeing this attention. It goes to Pierre. They know she scores over 20 points. That means it can expand the court for the rest of your teammates. That's why players love to play with other great players, because you're going to have spacing and opportunities to excel.
Blake's off the mark right now. Vanderbilt scored 13 of the last 16 points in this game to build this 8-point lead. Jordan trying to make something happen to Poe. A collision. And a foul called. It's foul on DeShields. DeShields and Blake's getting tangled up. Denham, younger sister of Diamond DeShields, who was a star at Tennessee, WNBA star. Green probing. This is about as long as Vanderbilt's had it on an offensive possession. Oliver to the corner to Green. And Blake's had it swatted away by Alcott. Russell.
Vanderbilt just makes Mississippi State rush into their shots, even those close ones in. They're going to need to check their shot selection next time down.
More. That was a 2, but it was sweet.
And she's so good from long range. Even if that's a long 2, nice to see her get started, a couple buckets in.
What would you tell Mississippi State to do right now if they're getting rushed?
Everything right now is slow down, get the ball into Alcott. They've got the size advantage. The ball needs to get inside the paint.
32.9 seconds left in the quarter. And fouls on Ayana Moore.
Moore right here. Just a nice little secondary transition. Nice little ghost screen by your post. A little stop and pop, and that's what she can do out there, that long-range shot. even if it's a long two.
Passat in the game for the first time for Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt's used 9 players here in this first quarter. Mississippi State has used 8. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Vanderbilt has shot 47% in the quarter. There's Pierre coming over for the steal. Couldn't get it. Russell attacks the basket. Doesn't get the roll. Vanderbilt can hold it for a final shot should they choose to. Final seconds of the quarter. Moore with the ball. Has to get rid of it. No shot. So the Vanderbilt defense locked Mississippi State down over the final 7 minutes. Mississippi State only scored 3 points, but at the end of a quarter, the Doors up 10, 19-9.
Talking to Coach Ralph at shoot-around, it was all about talking about opportunities. So they follow a scout to a tee, and then talking about opportunities. So they follow a scout to a tee, and then let's say when Mississippi State turns their back, or when they put the ball inside or come off of screen, they're going to look for opportunities to double team or run through passing lane. So I guess it's called opportunity defense for Vanderbilt.
Let's see if Mississippi State can get a bucket on the first possession. That's who they want to have the ball, and Jerkayla Jordan gets them that bucket.
And that was the first play of the game for Mississippi State, and you see him coming out in the second quarter. That's one of their go-tos.
Good start for the Bulldogs. Again, this Mississippi State team is a solid NCAA tournament team. They have been in among Charlie Cream's 68 teams the entire season. But the SEC, it is so tough to get traction in this conference. The margins are so thin.
And the coaches always say one game at a time, and you have to bring your energy for every single game, because whether it's a win or a loss, you've got to get back ready for the next one.
Poe open for 3. Just short. And DeShields was battling Blakes, and Blakes gets called for the foul. You know where I think we find out just how tough the SEC is? When we get into the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
When I fill out my bracket, I advance every SEC team into the Sweet 16, because I just don't think other conferences face what they face on a night-to-night basis. So you could end up seeing Mississippi State as a 7 seed into the Sweet 16.
Right, and they were ranked in the top 25 as you went through those AP polls not too long ago. So many teams have been in that top 25. It's just a matter of, again, game by game and playing your best when it matters, which is end of February and leading into March.
Good pass. DeShields passes up the 3, though. Jordan going to take more and scores. Jerkayla Jordan, trying to be the spark plug for the Bulldogs, has an and one.
Yeah, and she's fired up. And that's exactly the kind of play that the Bulldogs need. Taking it from the top of the key and split in 2. Finishing with that left hand. She gives a little flex at the end. But what I loved about this, Sam, besides it being paint points, I'm going to continue to talk about that with Mississippi State, was that they're getting to the free throw line their first trip there.
Jerkayla Jordan, leading scorer in the game for Mississippi State. 6 points. Jordan normally a 71% free throw shooter, and that was only the second free throw shot by Mississippi State. Green going in hard. Still waiting on the call, and a player still down. That was a collision. It's DeShields who's slow to get up.
We're going to take a look at this drive here and the collision under the rim.
Jordan got called for the foul, number 2 in white, but it was DeShields who went to the floor. She's up and still in the game. So Madison Green will go to the free throw line. Green's only missed 5 free throws all season. Make it 6. Just sorry, Madison. We have another women's basketball tripleheader Sunday right here on SEC Network. It'll start with this one. Talasia Cooper, number 15, Tennessee, will host Ole Miss in Knoxville. That's at noon Eastern.
So you showed it again. Another game I wouldn't want to miss in the SEC.
steal. Green going down against Jordan, gets the finish.
That's what's so effective about Vanderbilt's pressing defense is that it might not be the trap, but it's the secondary line that can come through the passing lane and get that steal.
And Green now has 6 points for Vanderbilt. Green averages 8 a game. We mentioned Pierre and Blake's the two 20-point scorers. It is such a good thing for them when they can get 3 players in double figures. Jordan, what a shot, and draws another foul.
Wow, that was impressive. Always looking to shoot. And she's got a quick release, one of the quickest I've seen.
50% of her made shots this year have been 3. Steal inside, stolen back by Jordan. Good battle by the Bulldogs, and it's Prater with the bucket.
You can feel that the hustle and the energy has showed up here big in the second quarter for Mississippi State.
We are just about to cross 3 minutes here in this quarter, and Mississippi State's already matched its entire first quarter point total. They've scored 9 points in this quarter. They scored 9 in the entire first quarter. So that was some good coaching by Sam Purcell at the end of that quarter, as they have at least found a formula to try to get back in this game.
And that's been an important key to Mississippi State's season, I should say, in the SEC, is starting off and playing 4 quarters. They've gotten behind big and then tried to rally back. And at least they're already doing it in the second quarter and not waiting until the third or fourth.
Yeah, if you look at that loss to Alabama, they lost 80-60, but they actually outscored Alabama in the second half in that game on Sunday. But Jordan has been carrying most of the load offensively tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that's going to be a quick water break over there for Jordan.
Get some of her jerk sauce. Little pick-me,
protein
little
jerk
pick-me
sauce.
up. Yeah.
Love that she has that NIL deal.
Akat, ball fell right to her. Akat actually played guard in Africa. She's from Kenya, 6'6" point guard. How about that? Good steal. Pierre, so smooth. And Akat grabs the rebound.
Definitely a smooth jumper for stretch 4.
Everything about Pierre is smooth.
Yeah, and that's a smooth play right there. I was just going to talk to you, Sam, about the post-entry passes.
Talk to me.
I'm talking to you right now. It's the post-entry passes. They've been lazy from Mississippi State, and when you have somebody at 6'6" underneath the rim, you've got to give them a big target and get them a better passing angle. That was key right there in that bucket.
They got 6 points. She averages 7 a game. Or excuse me, 11 a game. Green on the drive. Good D. McFall. Most of Mississippi State's points have been in the paint.
And that's what Vanderbilt will make you do, is go off of your feet when you have 2 or 3 players on you. That's when you got to play disciplined basketball, getting into the lane, stopping, and finding your teammate.
Now that entry pass knocked out of bounds, and we'll go the other way.
Oh, it's one of those things that coaches emphasize all the time in practice is how do you get that ball into your post player without having a turnover? So both Coach Ralph and Coach Purcell are probably talking about that. But getting a good angle, getting lower on the floor, being able to get it into your post, because then it expands the court for your offense to flow.
Nia Russell bringing it up the floor for Mississippi State. Russell trying to create something. Akat picks it up, sticks it in.
And even that's a nice post-entry pass.
I mean, she just makes that look so easy.
That was super smooth. That was better than what I was talking about over here.
Yeah, I am so looking forward to watching her career develop. Passat made a 3 earlier, off the mark here. Prater gets the rebound. Sam Purcell saying push it to Poe. Poe, number 21 in white, has been red hot behind the 3-point line coming into this game. She hasn't made one yet today. Green runs it down, and now we'll back it out to Pierre. Blocked by Poe. Poe, jump ball finally called. getting intense here in Music City. A 5-point lead for Vanderbilt. Yeah, picking up on that point, guys, Vanderbilt starters have not scored in this quarter, and Mississippi State clawing back. And Medina Okot has just been quietly working on a double-double before we get to the half, Ann.
Well, her presence is so huge for Mississippi State. Again, she stands at 6'5", but her wingspan is much longer than that. And you can see she's a huge target. 8 points and 12 rebounds already, so she's almost going to have a double-double here in the first quarter if they can, or first half, excuse me, if they keep going back to her.
From a player development standpoint, what do you like about her game so far?
I love her footwork. I love her hands. The one thing she's learning a little bit more of as I was watching in shoot-around and in game film is not putting the ball on the floor too much. When you're that big of a target, just keep the ball up and keep it high. And in this game, that she has executed on that. And Sam, I don't know if you know she can dunk as well, so yeah. I also love that as a player development coach.
And not to push back on your put the ball on the floor, because I know she shouldn't do it in the post. She can actually bring the ball up the floor. I've seen her do that a lot of times.
Right, and I love that whenever you can have a 4 or 5 player bring it up, because everyone gets to run in fast motion up the floor. But when, like against Vandy, right, when they have that opportunity defense where they're going to run 2 or 3 players at you in the post, you want to keep it up high and get rid of it quick.
It's a Vanderbilt turnover. Shields attacks the basket. Okot just could not grab that. Lead pass to Pierre against Poe, and Poe commits the foul. Pierre could not get that shot to go down, but we'll see her at the free throw line. Pierre on the Naismith Trophy Player of the Year list, the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year list. She's the only player in the country averaging more than 20 points and 10 rebounds a game. Well, we got another men's basketball quadruple header Saturday right here on SEC Network. Starts with this game, Tennessee hosting Vanderbilt in Knoxville at 1 Eastern. And Pierre off the mark on those 2 free throws. However, they'll keep it. Vanderbilt needs to watch the shot clock. They led by 10 after the first quarter. Moore. Soft jumper doesn't go down. Mississippi State has outscored Vandy 13-6 here in the second quarter. Poe. And Poe knocks down the 3, her first 3. Remember, she's been averaging 15 points a game her last 2 games.
Almost over 70% of her shots are 3-pointers, so that's what she does out here. An excellent execution by the Bulldogs there, getting in the lane, 1 foot in the paint and kicking out.
So Mississippi State has tied the score after they were down 10 at the end of the quarter. And a foul called.
Well, this is the kind of play that Coach Purcell wants, and that's because the dribbler, the driver, gets a foot in the paint, draws in that Vandy defense who wants to trap you, and kick it to Poe for that open 3.
Foul is on Russell. Kapanis coming back in for Vanderbilt. Green will take a seat. Vanderbilt hoping to get back to some offense. We talked about how good their defense was in that first quarter, but it's been Mississippi State's offense here in the second. Poe again, off the mark. Montague with the follow. And Blake's a little shaken up at the end of that play. So holding on to her eye, is going to come out for a second. Green will replace her.
And right now at this time, this is when Mississippi State is extremely dangerous. They actually kind of get going and bring up that energy, that juice when they put points on the board. So when they're able to get those rebounds and points, watch out, they're going to pick up the intensity even more defensively.
What would you attribute Vanderbilt's cold shooting? They're 0 for their last 8.
Well, I got to give credit to the Bulldogs, definitely. They're coming out further, so Vandy is running this nice Princeton 5-out motion offense further away from the basket. If I was Coach Ralph on that turnover, next time, get something again going towards the rim, put the ball in Blake's or Pierre's hand.
Russell coming back in, replacing Prater. And Prater running back to the locker room. Hopefully she's okay. But true to his word, Sam Purcell has increased the frequency of substitutions, and it has kept this lineup fresh. Shot clock down to 10. Green makes a move. That shot is short. DeShields comes down with it. Nobody back, so DeShields still with the ball. Stolen away. Nice steal by Kapanis. Got right into the passing lane. Green for 3. Yes! Madison Green makes the third 3 of the game for the Commodores, and they needed that bucket.
And just an excellent defensive play there. They're getting around the post on those post-entry passes and see if they can continue it here on the defensive end.
DeShields. Montague with the offensive rebound. Misses the first attempt, goes back up, draws a foul, and Montague will go to the free throw line.
Wow, that was a rebound, offensive rebound right there. That was intense. You can tell that Coach Purcell said, we are going after every offensive rebound. Take a look at Montague going up for this one. She just climbs over top and then tries to take it up against 3 Vanderbilt players.
Kapanis gets called for the foul. And that's only the 20th free throw that Montague shot this season.
That's so surprising for a 6'5" player who usually has her back to the basket quite a bit of the time, but nice form on that free throw shot.
Yeah, those were beautiful and gives Mississippi State the 1-point lead. How about this turnaround for Mississippi State in the second quarter?
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat because they really turned it up, and Coach Purcell in shoot-around was like, it's contagious, it's contagious. He'll talk about joy, he'll talk about juice and energy, and you can tell that it's been feeding off right now for Mississippi State.
DeShields almost had another steal, but the ball will stay with Vanderbilt. The end of the first quarter, it was 19-9 Vanderbilt. Right now, it's 20-9 Mississippi State in the second quarter. It's not been a good quarter offensively for Vanderbilt. Again, Vanderbilt's had a week off. Pierre rifles it out to Moore. Moore misses that 3. She made one a moment ago. So final minute of the half. This has turned into a very good game. Prater out to DeShields. Shot clock under 10. McFall. And Pierre gets the rebound. Moore weaving through traffic. Over to Mitchell. No foul called. And we'll stay on this end.
Right there was another example of what Mississippi State is doing well. If they don't get that offensive rebound, they have been stopping the first transition opportunities for Vanderbilt.
Montague will go out. She contributed with the 2 free throws. A caught back in. .29 seconds and change left in the half. 20 on the shot clock. McCott defending way out front. Green knocks another one down. Madison Green with 3 threes tonight. She only averages 8 points a game. She's got 12. 9 this quarter for Green. And that probably wasn't on the scouting report. Final seconds of the half. And that'll do it. What a second quarter by Mississippi State. But after 20 minutes, Vanderbilt hanging on to a 2-point game. You will not want to miss the second half. This one's going to be fun. And for a complete breakdown of everything going on, let's send it into the studio. Take it away, Peter.
It was an incredible first half for Green.
Yeah, Madison Green in double digits for the 10th time this season. These are the numbers. The Mississippi State second chance points, very impressive.
They were just all hustle plays.
Very impressive.
They were just all hustle plays. They were flying in for rebounds, and that really kept them in the game for Mississippi State.
So we'll see if Mississippi State can continue their good form from that second quarter. They outscored Vanderbilt 20-12. Jordan's first shot is off the mark. She had scored the first bucket of each quarter for Mississippi State. And Vanderbilt attacking the basket right away. Waba will run it down. Used her dribble, had to give it up. What do you want to see more of from Vanderbilt?
You know, I'd love to see the ball in Blake's hands, because anytime she has the ball, she gets 2 or 3 defenders on her.
Pierre, alley-oop.
Or an alley-oop to Pierre, but that's what works, is you get a rip screen, a back screen by Blake's to Pierre. So if they screen for each other, they know that somebody's going to be open with a mismatch.
Pierre now in double digits, has 10 points. Nice take. So again, Jordan has scored the first bucket of each quarter for Mississippi State.
Her number was called, and she delivers, whether it's that post-up or driving to the rim.
Oliver, wide open, knocks it down, assist by Blakes.
Okay, that's the play I was talking about right there. Blake has the ball in her hand. She creates something off the dribble, 3 come over, and then gets it over to Oliver.
First assist of the night for Blake. She also has 6 rebounds and 4 points. McCott, her first touch of the half, going right to work. And wow, nice take.
So far, I've loved every play call by both teams, because Okot, she's been so dangerous inside. It's hard to defend that kind of a tall player.
Good start for both teams. Blake's lost the ball. Okot picks it up. A chance for Mississippi State to tie or take the lead. They trailed by 10 at the end of the first quarter, got it to 2 by the end of the half. The Shields to Poe, Prater, good ball movement, Jordan. Okot, that's automatic.
Yeah, I love how she just even tips the ball to herself. She's such a smart player on the inside. And again, we talked about keeping it up high. This entire game, she's kept that ball above her head and been able to finish.
Okot has her 9th double-double of the season already. 12 points, 14 rebounds. Pierre has a mismatch onto Shields. Okot comes over and gets called for the foul. Almost had the block. She was trying to make up for that mismatch there. But that's a sharp learning curve for Okot, because she said they did not call a lot of fouls where she went to school in Kenya in the college program she played there. She really has had to learn to control her fouling since she came and started playing Division I basketball. Well, this week's gymnastics doubleheader, Valentine's Day, right here on SEC Network and ESPN app. Arkansas takes on Georgia, 7 Eastern. Then Florida will host Auburn in the O'Connell Center in Gainesville. Should be another exciting night of gymnastics. That's tomorrow night. Here in Nashville, critical game for both teams, according to Charlie Cream. Both safely in the tournament at this point. Nice play.
That was excellent from start to finish, being able to break down that press. Cross-court pass, and then an extra pass.
Mississippi State with the lead, but for how long? It'll stay with Vanderbilt.
Well, this is what Coach Purcell worked on all shoot-around, was breaking this press. You look up court to your teammate, put it on the floor. A nice little drop-off for Okot. 2-on-1 at the end of a fast break. You can't ask for anything better.
2 subs coming in for Sam Purcell and Mississippi State. Do you like the substitutions in this game?
I do. I feel like it's been intense on both ends of the court. Both teams know what's on the line here. So I like having the substitutions. We've had great play from so many different subs.
Both teams using 9 players in the first half, 6 for each team scored. Blake's quick jumper. Okot with a rebound. Rebound number 16 for her. Mississippi State with a chance to build on the lead. McFall's pass knocked away. Blake's. And Blake's with the finish.
She can just get out in front of teams. She is so fast through those passing lanes and with the ball. I think she's even faster with the ball than without.
Now Blake's just 6 points, but that could be dangerous for Mississippi State. Poe off the mark on the three. Blake's up to Pierre. Star to star in the bucket.
Another couple runouts for Vanderbilt there, and you can see their bench get into it a little bit more, and that's where they thrive. You know, one of the top conferences, top in the SEC for steals.
Pierre double figures now. She's been in double figures 26 of her last 27 games. 3 new Bulldogs will enter at the next dead ball. Jordan attacking.
Oh.
And a cut cleans it up. And Jordan went down and is still down just in front of the Mississippi State bench. She came streaking through the lane.
You see Jerkayla going through the lane here. She immediately picks up her leg. Looks like she's going to try to walk it off on her own.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was her right leg, not the leg she came down on. And Jerkayla Jordan is one of the most liked players in the SEC. Opponents and coaches of other teams that really admire her. She is just a delightful person. Has her own sauce, jerk sauce.
Jerk sauce. They even sell it in the stadium.
Yeah.
Gotta go there just to try it.
I hope we see her come back. Yeah.
Hopefully she's able to walk it off. Maybe it's just a muscle.
Let's see if Vanderbilt can take advantage of Jordan being out. Jordan's really the heart and soul of this team. Jordan scored 11 points so far tonight. Shot clock under 10. Moore over Montague. And a foul and one as that ball went straight through the bucket.
What a play here at the end of the shot clock. You see a little two-man game action by Moore, and she tries to get this off over 6'5" Montague and does, and gets the and one.
What do you think of that shot, Ann?
Yeah.
Straight up,
you
right?
You know, well, when we talk about shooting, what I love to see is a lot of high arch. The higher the arch, the better it can drop through, and especially when you're going up against a 6'5" player on the inside.
Three-point play completed by Moore. Vanderbilt getting good production from other players tonight. Moore now has 5 points. Almost a steal. Poe saves it. Good look inside. Montague with a finish, assist to Prater.
A couple close plays by Vanderbilt, almost getting the steal, but Mississippi State able to execute.
Jerkayla Jordan still has not returned to the Mississippi State bench. Pierre, baseline jumper, off the mark. Poe wins that battle for the rebound. Pierre will guard her one-on-one. Prater puts on the Jets. Blake's bounce pass to Pierre. Green. And Madison Green is having a game.
Well, what a sequence for Vanderbilt. They do their nice little run and jump defense, able to get the 3-on-1 break. On the other side, Green is having a game.
15 points for Madison Green, who averages 8 a game. She had a career high 25 earlier this year against Dayton. And that was a big bucket for Vanderbilt. 3 on the way for Mississippi State. Montague again cleaning it up.
You know, offensive rebounds, this is going to be a film that you're going to clip and show your team over and over again about how you go after the O boards.
Montague 4 rebounds, 8 points. Blake's for 3. Russell and Montague battle for the rebound. Same team. Prater to DeShields. Blake saves it back in bounds. Vandy up 3. Mitchell trying to set a screen. Good job by Poe to get around it. Pierre, she's got that shot. This is DeShields. Boy, she's fast. And a pass into Prater, and one. Mississippi State will be on the line trying to tie the score when we come back.
Well, one of the standouts for Mississippi State has been the 6'6" center, Medina Okot. She's been doing it all in the inside, catching these nice lobs. But where we've been most impressed are the offensive rebounds. Those are just hustle plays, being able to read the angle off the rim. And man, has she been dynamite on the inside, really taking advantage of her height and positioning down low.
She has her 9th double-double of the season. If you go into those numbers even more, 7 of the 17 rebounds have been offensive rebounds, and 10 of her 16 points have been second chance points.
It's really been what Mississippi State has held their hat on throughout this entire game, kept them in the game, and given them that juice to get back on defense.
And on the other side, I think Madison Green has been the big surprise for Vanderbilt. Green in double figures off the bench tonight and has made 4 threes. So we're getting performances from some of the stars that we don't talk about as much. Prater's on the free throw line. Remember, she was fouled by Pierre going into the timeout and completes the three-point play. Jerkayla Jordan left the game a little while ago and has not returned yet. In fact, she is not on the bench at the moment. Jordan had 11 points and a foul on Poe. Fabricia Poe 3 points tonight off a three-pointer.
Just a little curl screen here for Blake's.
DeShields lightning fast, trying to draw contact from Pierre, misses the layup, but Russell's there, doesn't make the follow. And that's what Mississippi State would love to have over again.
Yeah, tough miss by Mississippi State, but I love that hustle play.
We're tied at 46. Blake's open for 3 off the mark. And it will be Mississippi State's ball. So Blake's tonight, 6 points. Has not gotten going offensively, at least not the way we're used to see her getting going. But I always feel like that just means she has more chance to.
I was going to say the exact same thing,
Yeah.
Sam, is that you see that she is one of the best defenders for Vanderbilt. So she's always hustling and making plays. It's just a matter of time until she gets one to drop.
Nice look to Montague. Montague gives it back to Poe, and Poe finishes.
You got to credit the Bulldogs. They are doing a tremendous job at moving without the basketball and able to get some easy looks backdoor at the rim.
First lead for Mississippi State since early in the game. 6-4, they led by 2. And Oliver answers. It was a quick lead for the Bulldogs. We're tied again. It's a great game, isn't it?
Yeah, back and forth.
Again, both these teams need this win for different reasons. Both Charlie Cream feels like safely in the field of 68. Montague with another good move down low.
Another offensive rebound between Montague and Okot. There's no drop-off when neither of them are in the game.
And Montague, the second Bulldog in double figures, 10 points now behind Jordan's 11. Nice take by Oliver, missed the shot. And DeShields spins away from Blake's. To Poe, and Poe just can't get that 3 to go down, but Mississippi State will have another chance. Russell misses, and DeShields gives them another chance.
A couple of just excellent guards making hustle plays here for those offensive rebounds. And when you're a coach, you always talk about extra possessions, and that's what the Bulldogs have done.
Mississippi State definitely doing that here. Shot clock is down to 1. DeShields, did she get it off? Yes. The three is good by Denham to Shields just as the shot clock expired. 23 of their 53 points have been second chance points. That's a lot.
It's been how they got back into the game in the first quarter and continued to chip away at this lead.
Blake shot off the mark. Mississippi State with the ball, final 10 seconds of the quarter. They lead by 5. They were down by 2 at halftime. Watch the clock. Russell just missed. Mississippi State out rebounding Vanderbilt 16-6. They outscored the Commodores 24-17. And it was all Mississippi State to take back the lead heading into the fourth. Mississippi State averages 77 a game. Still no Jerkayla Jordan for Mississippi State. She went out with an injury in the third quarter and has not come back to the bench. So here we go into the fourth quarter. Green with 15 points for Vanderbilt, leading all scorers. Remember, Blakes and Pierre, the only duo in the country to average 20 a game, but Mississippi State has found a way to keep them from doing that so far.
And since this has been a defensive showdown, the key to the fourth quarter is going to be offensive efficiency. And what I mean by that is taking care of the ball, so no loose ball turnovers, and your shot selection. You got to know where your teammates have their kill spots and where the best shots are in the offense.
How about the second chance points? Because I think that's where Mississippi State is really commanding a big presence.
They just have brought the extra hustle plays to that, and that's going to be huge if they can keep it up in the fourth quarter.
Mitchell gets stuck, shoots over the D, misses. Kayla Thomas, number 14, in as a post player for Mississippi State. First time we've seen her tonight. Russell picked up her dribbles, got to get rid of it. Thomas now the 10th player that we've seen from Mississippi State tonight. Prater tries to find her down low, knocked out of bounds by Mitchell. Pierre will come back in. How about these numbers, Ann?
The offensive rebounds have been the most impressive because that means you're just going after the ball, points in the paint. That's high percentage shots. And when the three ball's not falling down, you got to get at least a foot in the paint and go after those rebounds.
Caught up off the bench. Foul was on Green. Pierre intercepts the inbounds pass. One-on-one with Poe. Smart shot.
Yeah, just excellent. That's called a live ball turnover right there. You're able to get that steal and get Pierre in her spot, which is that 10-foot mid-range jumper.
Mississippi State trying to break this tie. A cut. Now that's what you said not to do, Ann. And that'll be a jump ball. And Jerkayla Jordan has come back and will come back in the game.
You love to see that.
Huge sigh of relief. I mean, from me.
Yes, right.
So glad she's back in the game. Again, she is just such a great competitor and leader. And I was just holding my breath that she had not gotten seriously injured because I want to see her finish strong.
Mm-hmm. And she's a senior and somebody uniquely 4 years at Mississippi State.
Started every game as a Bulldog. Shot clock down to 2. Into Thomas. They're not going to get a shot. And a foul. Poe fouling Pierre out on the wing.
Now, Sam, if you're a coach on that last play, that is the kind of turnover you can't have in this close of a game when every possession is going to go back and forth in a 50-50 game with 8 minutes left.
That was the third foul on Poe. Really the only Bulldog with a high number of fouls. Lob into Pierre. And Pierre, nice. That was creative.
It's just a heads-up play, knowing where she was at under the basket, the double team, reading that.
I love watching that connection between Blakes and Pierre. They are a special duo.
They know where each other is at before they even get there, which just really work in tandem there together.
Pierre with a steal. 3-on-1 break. Gives it to Green, and Green with the finish. Assist to Pierre.
And we talk about smart plays again. That's stopping and reading the defense before getting that charge and breaking down that 3-on-1.
It has been a game of runs, and right now it's Vanderbilt enjoying the run to get the 4-point lead. Vanderbilt's made their last 3 shots. Blocked by Oliver. Fans loving this.
They are, and Coach Ralph is cheering over here on this side. Defensive rotation right there by Vanderbilt. That's how they roll in their defense. Get that out of here. That's another hustle play right here.
Jordan backing in on Pierre, will drive. Russell has to launch it. Shot clock was expiring. Oh, wow. Montague caught that. 0.2 seconds on the shot clock, and she drew the foul on Moore.
We got to see that again, because Russell just threw this up, was nowhere near the rim. And Montague, offensive rebound over top of the defense.
That's tough, yeah. Shea Ralph is pleading her case very diplomatically, but I kind of understand why Coach is upset on that one. Montague makes 1 of 2. A 3-point game. Pierre. Oliver will go right down the lane with it.
Ooh.
Nice fake.
What a move by Oliver. A little show and go.
The veteran, Jordan Oliver, oldest player on this Vanderbilt team at 23, has played under Kim Mulkey, Kara Lawson, and now Shea Ralph. What incredible coaching she's had at the collegiate level.
What experience, my goodness.
3 on the way, off the mark, and the rebound ripped down by Oliver. 5-point Vandy lead. Can they build?
Oh.
Blakes will go to the line. And the foul is on Jordan.
Do you see it right here? This is just a smart play by Oliver. She knows the defense wants to swat that one back. Gives him a little shake, and spin around and knocks it down. And then coming back the other way, head is up, and Blakes moves so well without the basketball, running that baseline and able to get to the free throw line.
By the way, those 8 rebounds for Michaela Blakes is a career high. So Blakes not getting her normal point production tonight, but is finding ways to contribute. Her mom's here at the game tonight. Did you like playing in front of your parents, or did it make you nervous?
No, I loved when they were there. They're probably maybe watching this broadcast, but I loved when they were there. They were biggest supporters. They had, were in the gym rebounding for me for years on end, just like I'm sure Blake's mom and dad were.
And Nakia Blake's here watching her daughter. It's a 10-1 run right now by Vanderbilt. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State to try to get back on the same page. So we will step aside. We're set up for a big finish here in Nashville. And it really gives a nice start to the Division I season. And teams always love to get the call that they're playing in that Shriners Children's Clearwater Softball Invitational. Back here in Nashville. All right, Ann, give us a little scouting report here for both these teams.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going back to taking care of the ball, especially for Mississippi State. They've had 6 turnovers so far in this half, and they got to get looks at the rim.
Jordan back in the game. That's her first bucket since she left with the injury, and that's a good sign for Mississippi State.
And nothing better than that play call, a clear out for Jerkayla Jordan going downhill.
11 ties, 9 lead changes in this game. Pierre was hoping, thought she got fouled, stayed with it. Blake's to Oliver. Oliver trying to get position against Okad, and that is just tough to do. The shot clock is at 2. So this is going to have to be a quick inbound for Vandy.
Well, the defense was just clicking on all cylinders for Mississippi State. The rotations, switching, and then you got Okad in the middle. That's when you love to play with a player like that. You're like, no, there's 6'6" down low. It should work.
Oh, how about that play?
Nothing better than that. When you have 2 seconds on the clock and Pierre can get up, she is so athletic and so smooth with that shot.
The summer campers will see that. That was well executed, and that's an understatement. With 2 on the shot clock. And DeShields penetrates, misses the shot. Jordan, another second chance point, perhaps? No. The lead pass up the floor to Blake's. And Blake's commits the turnover. Prater into a cot, out to Montague. Montague, yes.
Showing her versatility there on the outside and taking it in.
Montague has had a fantastic game tonight, battling hard. She averages 5 points a game and has 13 off the bench. Vandy with a 5-point lead. That is not a safe lead. Blake's, that shot was altered, and Montague picks it up. And Montague spinning away with the ball. Prater, oh yeah! Like a globetrotter.
A couple of spin moves there. Full court.
The lead is 3 now. Mississippi State has gone on some amazing runs in this game. Every time Vanderbilt gets a lead, the Bulldogs have come back. Pierre extends the lead with the long 2. 8 points this quarter for Pierre.
And she was looking at Coach Ralph about getting a timeout possibly, so we'll see what happens.
Jordan misses, draws the foul, however. Pierre has 21 points, but how about this last play, Ann?
Well, when there's only 2 seconds on the shot clock, you know it's got to be a quick release. She doesn't even screen her. Just going up, a little spin move right there. Showing her versatility. She got Vandy up for her and Blake's, but she's shown up tonight.
She is such a free spirit. It was fun to watch her play, and always comes over and speaks before games, just very relaxed and chill. So Jordan will go to the free throw line now after the foul. Foul was on Green. Told you about Jerkayla's sauce. She said she's working on a jerky, beef jerky. It's appropriate. A cut! Yes! And 1. And that is a foul on Pierre. And it's a season-high 18 rebounds for Medina Okad as well.
Look at her smile after that. I think that's the first one she's broke. But again, a play on a free throw line, box out right there. And she gives a little yell because that is a big-time play, just muscling under.
Her first free throw of the night is good. And Mississippi State is within 1. Here's the pressure. Boy, what a game between these two. Pierre working on Montague. Montague swats it away. And then Pierre commits another foul. Third foul on Pierre. So Montague will go to the line. And Montague again, 13 points tonight. She only averages 5 a game. And she was 3 of 4 from the line before that miss.
Mississippi State been so fortunate to be able to play Okot and Montague at the same time in that 4 and 5 position. That makes them very dangerous going into March, as she almost gets another offensive board.
It'll be Vanderbilt's ball, 3:13 left to play. Keep in mind, Blake's only 8 points so far tonight for Vanderbilt. See if she's due to have a big finish. Pierre will shoot the 3. Yes!
It was that pickle juice.
That saves a little energy, actually. She didn't have to go to work down low.
That's right. Get a little space, knocking it down. Coming in huge for the Commodores.
That is only her 4th made 3 of the season. And it was a big one, 4-point lead at a critical time. Jordan going to work. Montague missed the follow, gets another miss, and a lid on the basket for the Bulldogs that trip.
Well, Pierre, only her 4th on the season, but she shoots these and shoot around all day long. She gives a little muscle up after it's all said and done. A nice rise up over the top, taller Mississippi State lineup.
She has 11 points this quarter. That's as many as Mississippi State has scored as a team. But yet it's a 4-point game. Pierre with 24 overall points. Caught with the kick. Oliver was trying to force it down into Blake's. Vanderbilt will take a timeout. 2:04 left to play, a 4-point game. Mississippi State, and one stat you pointed out was their assists. They tend to win according to how many assists they get.
You know, it's about moving the ball, finding the open player, and usually that's about driving and dumping it into Okot and Montague inside. But right now, they've only had 6 assists on the game. However, I feel like the offensive rebounds have really outweighed that.
You know, they've scored a lot of their points on second chance points tonight. 24 of their points have been second chance points. Vandy's ball. Let's see what Shea Ralph drew up during that timeout. Pierre catches the pass, knocked away. It'll stay with Vanderbilt. He's looking for another alley-oop.
It was very close there. You know, in crunch time, it's going to go to Blake's or Pierre, especially in this under 2-minute mark.
Stolen by the Shields, but it went out on her foot. Almost another turnover. There have been 9 Vanderbilt turnovers, 16 Mississippi State turnovers in this game. Turnovers really haven't been a factor, and there's a foul on Jordan as Blake's was trying to get loose.
And Blake's was going to curl on that play right there. Could have possibly been another turnover, been very close on the last 2 plays.
That's the 4th foul on Jordan. Oliver will inbound it. Under 2 minutes to play, 4-point game. Vanderbilt trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. But those losses, Ole Miss and Texas. Green missed. Blake's fouled by Prater. And that's a tough call because they were both going for the ball.
Coach Purcell from Mississippi State was wanting a push on this call, so we'll take a look. The miss by Vanderbilt. But both players just hustling. Blake's kind of rises up right there, but this possession's gone on and on for Vanderbilt.
Fresh shot clock for the Doors. 1:40 left to play. Blake's doesn't get the three to go down. Pierre gets the offensive rebound. And Pierre's down again. She's had an issue with cramping throughout the game, down in her calves. And a timeout taken now by Vanderbilt as they try to get Pierre straightened out over there. And as a former player, cramping is just one of the most frustrating things, isn't it?
It is, and then it can pull even tighter when that happens, when you're jumping for rebounds or trying to sprint up the court on the defensive play. So it might be a cramp, and then it can pull or tear possibly. But it looks like she's just cramping up. Hopefully she can get some more fluids in this timeout, because 1:28, you just got to grind this out when you're up by 4.
So 88 seconds left to play, a 4-point Vanderbilt lead. Hopefully Pierre is able to get herself together and come back in and be as lethal as she has been. This has been an incredible game. 11 lead changes, 9 ties, Akat with a career high 18 rebounds, and Pierre also with another double-double tonight. She's been a double-double machine lately as well.
These players have just been so impressive. That's some of the best in the SEC, if not the nation, going head-to-head. And this is why both of these teams, when we started off this broadcast, we were talking about the seeding for bracketology when it comes down to March Madness, because these teams can play with the best of any of them.
It's 13 double-doubles this season for Pierre, by the way, and Pierre's back in the game, hoping that that break loosen up that calf. The other thing about having muscle cramps is you want to stay calm, because the nerves also play a factor in cramping. Blake's trying to get loose. Shot clock under 10. Down to 5. Oliver glanced at it. Attacks. In and out. Akat with a rebound. Rebound number 19. A 4-point game. Mississippi State's got to get going. Sam Purcell calling timeout at midcourt as his team has 60 seconds now to make up this 4-point deficit.
Such a smart timeout, because they got over that half-court line and you knew Vanderbilt was going to come over for the trap. It's extremely important possession, but what's been working is Jerkayla Jordan off the dribble and trying to get it two-man game either into Akat or Montague. And then your third option is the offensive rebounds at all times.
1 minute to play. 1 timeout remaining for Mississippi State. Vanderbilt has 2. The possession arrow favors the Commodores as they continue to work on Pierre's calves. Strength and conditioning coach, trainer, all working on Pierre right now, trying to keep her in this game. Pierre with a fantastic game today again, with 24 points, 10 rebounds. Again, it's her 13th double-double of the season.
And the Bulldogs have to get a shot at the rim. They've been turnover prone. This is something they've got to get an offensive look.
Jordan, nice pass, and the 2. It's a 2-point game. Shea Ralph having a talk with Eric Bruton. And it will be a Vanderbilt timeout.
Well, this is the kind of execution you want after a timeout. Coach Purcell drew this one up. The biggest key was getting the ball inbounds and making a nice, crisp pass, and that's what they do. Give them the fake, the clear out on the other side, and it's Jordan with the back door, finishing at the rim. Huge play and final execution for the Bulldogs.
Boy, this would be a massive win for Mississippi State to erase the loss they had on Sunday and give them another quad 1, quad 2 win. They have worked so hard in this game. Mississippi State dominating the offensive rebounding categories as well as points in the paint. A big reason why. 19 points and 19 rebounds for number 15 in white. So it will be Vanderbilt's ball out of this timeout. They'll have to bring it the length of the floor. Each team with one timeout remaining. Blake's being guarded by Prater. Crosses half court. 21-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Green, who's been so good tonight. Lost it, Jordan. And Jerkayla Jordan ties the score with 25 seconds remaining. Timeout, Vanderbilt.
You're going to see it right here. Steal the other way for Mississippi State, exactly what they needed. The last couple of possessions, they have been doing excellent player-to-player defense, keeping them in front. And then you got your teammate jumping through the passing lanes and picking up that loose ball. Huge coming down to the wire here, Sam.
So 25.1 seconds left. Jerkayla Jordan with that bucket, 18 points tonight. Remember, though, Jordan's playing with 4 fouls right now, but she took the gamble and it paid off. So for Vanderbilt right now, what's your emphasis, Ann?
You know, when you're a coach, you're looking at time and score and who's on the floor, because they're going to draw up a nice play. But you got to remember, you've got Okot and Montague who stand at over 6'5" in the middle of the lane. So executing your best kill spot is going to be key, whether that's Pierre or Blake's usually coming off of a curl screen. Either one of them is what I'd be looking for Vanderbilt.
It'll be Blake's inbounding it. Along the sideline, Okot guarding the ball. Into Pierre. Pierre working on Poe. Double team comes over. And a jump ball called because both officials were unsighted. They could not see what happened, and so they called the jump ball.
We're taking a look at it here.
Now they're going to go review it, but both officials looked at each other, and neither one of them, Eric Bird or Tiffany Bird.
The call on the floor is jump ball. Previous play is under review.
So they will. That's good officiating, though, to go back to the review and not just call the jump ball.
Especially in this close of a game. It looks like on that, the first angle, it looked like it might have been off Pierre, but let's take a look at this one.
Poe's number 21, Pierre's number 12 in black. There's DeShields, Okot, all around the ball. And even watching that, I couldn't tell. What'd you think?
That one, that angle wasn't as clear for me. This one, look at Pierre's right hand. I feel like she's wrapping it around, and it doesn't, I mean, you can't see her getting off her shoulder or not.
I think it's off Pierre.
Yeah, the wraparound.
Her momentum had just carried it forward. This is where the review has just been such a blessing, I think, because instead of now having to live with that jump ball, we can get the actual right call. And it's kind of an odd situation for both teams because they don't know whose ball it is.
Well, in a tie game like this, you can be drawing up your best offensive and defensive schemes. But, oh, look at this right here.
Yeah.
Excellent job, guys, on the review team there. I think that was on Pierre trying to make that backwards pass.
Let's see if they agree. It is taking a while to make the decision. So they've been looking at this a while. They've both shaken their heads a few times. There's still no official word yet. Tense moments on both sides. Again, Vanderbilt still fighting for a top 16 seed. Mississippi State trying to move up in the seedings.
After review, it's conclusive. The ball was off of black. The ball will be white, and the game clock will be adjusted to 19.9.
So the ball was off Pierre, and that is a big boost for Mississippi State. How does it change it for the Bulldogs?
Well, I was just double checking. They got a couple extra, a little bit of time, and now they're going to call a timeout. Yeah.
So if you're Mississippi State now, you've got the ball, 19.9 seconds. Are you going to attack right away?
In this situation, if I was Coach Purcell, I would want to get the shot up around that 3-second mark to be able to get those tips, because Okot and Montague have been getting the tips and able to put them back extremely quick. They didn't need a lot of extra time. And you don't want to give Vanderbilt, who is so fast in the open court, time to get it downhill.
So Mississippi State has been led by Okot on the inside. Jordan really scores from all three levels, and Montague has contributed greatly inside the post as well. So those are your three leading scorers. But remember, Poe is a lethal three-point threat for Mississippi State. Sam Purcell has a lot of options right now.
This is one of those moments where you want to be extremely fundamental on your passes, because Vanderbilt is so good at trapping and running through passing lanes, and you want to be able to get a shot at the rim. So taking care of the ball will be crucial for the Bulldogs.
Both teams breaking their huddles, 19.9 seconds left. It'll be Mississippi State's ball on the sideline, but on their end of the floor, Prater will take the ball from Eric Bruton. Now to DeShields. Clock continues to run. See how far they take it down before they shoot. Down to 10, 9, 8. DeShields still with the ball. 5. Poe to Jordan. Jordan on Pierre. Shoots. We're going to overtime. It was Jerkayla Jordan who took the final shot. And we will go to OT in Music City. Mississippi State and Vandy tied at 65 at the end of regulation. Mississippi State had the final shot of regulation, but despite not making it, they are still playing in this game. We're heading to overtime, and this is how we got there.
It was just a big play after big play by both teams. Another offensive rebound by Okot and the and one. And Pierre stepping back for a 3. And then this nice backdoor play by Jerkayla Jordan, drawn up in that timeout. And what a big play. A huge steal by Mississippi State to tie it up. And then we finish with the call where the refs had to go review on who this was out of, and that gave Mississippi State the final 19 seconds, but weren't able to knock that one down, and we got extra game right now.
Well, it's been a heck of a game. 11 lead changes, 10 ties, big numbers on both sides for individuals. Neither team has played an overtime game this season. In fact, Vanderbilt hasn't played an SEC overtime game since 2022. And it's only the 4th overtime game of the Shea Ralph era at Vanderbilt. So both teams experiencing something new. And it'll be a jump ball to start this overtime. 5 minutes on the clock. Pierre and Okot will jump it up. Here we go. Tap back to Montague. Any different approach you take in overtime, Ann?
You know, back to the very beginning of this game when we started the broadcast, it's going to be all about energy and intensity, and you really want to get this kicked off in the first couple of minutes of overtime.
McCott looks into Montague. Montague muscles it up and in. What a game she's had. Montague has been so impactful. 15 points and 10 rebounds. Double-double.
She's one of the better post players that's not getting enough attention in the SEC for sure.
Intercepted by DeShields. DeShields trying to beat Moore to the bucket. Did, but missed the shot. And the ball will be Vanderbilt's.
Throughout this game, what's really worked for Mississippi State is keeping the pressure on. Vanderbilt loves to press, but Mississippi State started doing it in turn, and that's how they got rolling in the second half.
Vanderbilt went almost 3 minutes to end that fourth quarter without scoring. Shot clock under 10. Moore to Oliver. Shot clock at 3-2. Oliver shoots off the rim, gets the offensive rebound. Blake's slow to get up, but gets back into play. Shot clock again down to 10. Moore probing. Shot clock at 2-1. Has to launch it. And it's just intercepted by Okot. So Mississippi State a chance to build on the 2-point lead. Cross-court pass to Poe.
Smart patience here by Mississippi State trying to get their best look. And it could be this high-low between Okot and Montague.
Shot clock at 5. Prater, a little fade away. Doesn't get the roll. Pierre with a rebound. Moore thought about the three. She's got Okot on her. And the foul called. And it will be on Montague.
You see this nice reading of the mismatch here, going up against two bigs, and was able to get that foul. I think she got the ball, but smashed her with her body there at the end.
The follow through.
Yeah, follow through the volleyball block, yes.
And Montague will exit the game, get a little breather. Sir Sam Purcell's given her some words of affirmation. Moore at the free throw line, an 82% free throw shooter this year. Makes it a 1-point game. She's a 1,000-point scorer for Vanderbilt. Good job from the free throw line. We're tied at 67. Vanderbilt, by the way, best free throw shooting team in the SEC. DeShields. Green's on her, gives it to Poe. Jordan wanted the ball, got it, attacks, just rims out. Pierre with a rebound. Knocked away from behind. DeShields lobs to Okot. To Jordan, yes, and a foul.
Sam Purcell on the sideline pumping his fist. My goodness, these were just extra effort plays. The little tip from behind, and then you have a fast break. Getting around Blake's, and everybody on Mississippi State's making that one extra pass. Sees Jerkayla Jordan open and one opportunity here.
Fourth foul on Moore. Jordan at the line completes the three-point play. Jerkayla Jordan with 21 points tonight and has given Mississippi State a 3-point lead. DeShields almost had another steal. It will still be Vanderbilt's ball. Blake's went down, no foul. Ball just goes out of bounds.
Both coaches continued to talk about the physicality they wanted to see and the intensity on defense, and has not given up for 1 minute in this game.
It's the SEC.
Yeah. This is when you say every possession is crucial, this is what it's about.
It just means more.
That's right. It just means more. There you go, Sam.
Intercepted. Boy, it is so tough to throw an entry pass with a caught in the lane. She's a vacuum cleaner in there. Under 2 to play in OT. First overtime game for both teams. Stolen by Moore. Moore will take it herself. Blocking foul on Prater. And it is an and one for Ayanna Moore.
And just like that, that's how quick the turn of events can happen in this SEC game. Vanderbilt is top in SEC for steals because they do plays like this and they get out in transition. Now it's the Commodores' turn for the end one opportunity. Tough turnover there by Mississippi State.
DeShields there just a little late. Her second foul. Moore will go to the free throw line, 3 for 3 in this game. This is to give her 10 points. And we are tied at 70. Ayanna Moore has all of Vanderbilt's points here in overtime.
Watch for that jump by Vandy. They do it again.
They swarm Jordan. Jump ball called. And it will be Vanderbilt's ball.
And that was Blake's making that play. They call it opportunity defense when anybody turns their back or they're in that sideline area where they can be a third defender, they will trap you. And this time, it goes the Commodores' way.
So Oliver set to throw it in. 1:25 left to play in OT. Blake's attacks the basket, off the mark. Akot scoops it up. Prater. And a whistle as Pierre was down again, grabbing that calf. Official Eric Bruton standing over her, blowing the whistle right away to stop play, as that calf has been locking up. Again, this has been a struggle for Pierre tonight. She'll come in on the top of your screen, now in the middle of your screen, and it goes down, and that calf just locked up.
Yeah, that's, you know, she's going after this offensive rebound, using that calf muscle to get some air, and looks like it's knotted up. I'm not sure she's going to be able to make the last minute. This has been going on since the end of the fourth quarter.
Well, Pierre, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists in this game. And as cold as it is outside, it is sticky in here tonight. So it's pretty humid. And again, Vandy's been off a week, out of game competition. Nerves always come into play when you have cramping as well. Just the intensity of the moment.
And she's an ultimate competitor. You know that she wants to be in this last minute when it's a tie ball game.
And you want her in the game.
Yes, yeah. You want elite athletes doing their thing.
So we are tied at 70, 1:11 left to play in overtime. DeShields analyzing the Vandy D. Goes to work. DeShields off the glass, it's in.
What a play call for Mississippi State. Her number is not usually called. She usually runs the offense, but took on the Vanderbilt team going downhill.
That is the first basket tonight for DeShields. 45 seconds to play. Blake's misses the shot. And Mississippi State with a chance to eat some clock and perhaps build the lead.
This is when Vanderbilt's dangerous. They're going to jump at any time trying to get the ball.
Timeout, Bulldogs. Mississippi State takes their final timeout with 26.4 seconds left in overtime. And Sam Purcell talking to his star, Jerkayla Jordan, 21 points. Well, there have been so many individual performances in this game, Ann, and Jacayla Jordan certainly normally gets most of the headlines, but Medina Akot tonight, 19 points and 21 rebounds. That ties for the most rebounds in the SEC this season, and it is just her first season here at Mississippi State and in America.
Each one of those rebounds was impressive, one right after another. She was doing it on the offensive end, defensively, and then her impact on altering shots against the Vanderbilt offense was impeccable. Like, one of the top players, and her upside and trajectory is only going to continue to get bigger and bigger for Mississippi State.
Well, Mississippi State, Ann, had the ball with the final possession in regulation, and they were trying to win the game. Now they have the ball, leading by 2. The shot clock is at 15, so in theory, Vanderbilt could get the ball back. But what would you be doing if you're Mississippi State right now? Are we going to Jacayla Jordan?
Yes.
That was a pretty intense conversation she was having with Jordan.
You know, you're going to Jacayla Jordan, but one of those things that Sam Purcell would be saying right now is, don't forget, we're up 2. So we're the team that's up. You just have to take care of the ball because Vandy's going to come out hard and are eventually going to start fouling. So taking care of the ball is of utmost importance for the Bulldogs.
Mississippi State getting a second chance at trying to win this game. It'll be Prater inbounding.
You see Blake's even double teaming.
Jordan runs it down, saves it back in bounds, but it goes to Vanderbilt. The Commodores can tie or win. A 2 ties, a 3 wins. Final 10 seconds. Blake's with the ball. Blake's for 2. Yes! Mississippi State launches it, knocked away, and we are going to double overtime in Nashville.
Ooh.
The Commodores and Bulldogs in double OT when we come back. Well, we are going to double overtime, and Chris Caskey, the media relations director for Vanderbilt, wanted to make sure I knew that this is Vanderbilt's first double overtime game since 2011.
Oh my goodness.
And let's reflect back on how we got here.
We got here play by play is what happened. This is just the highlights from overtime. We got an inside look at Montague, who was huge in the second half and in that OT, and then a little defense by Mississippi State. Able to make the extra pass again. Sharing the ball to Jacayla Jordan, but then it was the Vanderbilt Commodores on the other side showing their defensive prowess, which is what they're so good at, is getting steals in that open court. And Blake's, who's had a quiet game, you knew if she had a look, she was going to take it and came up big. The freshman nailed it down and sending it to a double overtime.
Now, here's our big stars tonight. It is interesting, though. Pierre is not starting at the beginning of this double overtime period. Remember, she's been struggling with cramps, and she's on an exercise bike now over on the sideline, just trying to stay loose, work it out.
Kind of stretch it out on that bike.
But obviously she is so passionate about wanting to be in this game right now. So Mississippi State hanging in there with Vanderbilt. A double overtime game to cap the night off, and a foul on Blake's as DeShields got around her.
That's one of those things, Sam, as we get into that second overtime, is that there's going to be a lot of fouls out here on the court, 3 and 4 across the board, and then also your bonus free throws, got to take that into account.
So it'll be DeShields at the line. Denham makes the free throw. Reminder of the triple header Sunday night right here on SEC Network. It'll start with this one, Tennessee hosting Ole Miss in Knoxville. DeShields makes both free throws. This is Oliver to Blakes. Blocked by a cot into the hands of DeShields. Poe. Montague lost that. Prater was there to get it. Prater attacks. Yes!
Huge drive downhill, getting to the rim, and Coach Ralph is over here coaching. I like having Blakes having the ball in her hands at that point guard position.
Three is good. And Michaela Blakes, who has not been as lethal tonight, has been given more time to be lethal.
That's right. And it only takes one for her to get going.
Poe trying to answer, in and out. It's a 1-point Mississippi State lead. Blakes tonight with 13 points. Remember, she and Pierre, the only duo in the country that averaged 20 a game. Moore, she'll shoot the three. Montague wins the battle for that board. And Montague will bring it up herself.
Oh.
And a jump ball called.
And as much as I love seeing her versatility against this Vandy defense, that is a time in double overtime where you want to make sure one of your guards and best ball handlers has the ball.
Kayla Thomas will come in off the bench. Now, actually, she goes back to the bench, and Sam Purcell changes his mind, brings Russell in instead. So they're going with a little bit of smaller lineup right now.
And one thing to note, in this entire game, both teams have been pressing 94 feet. This has been a back and forth, pressing, fast breaks, so their legs are also going to be tired in this game.
Again, no Pierre for Vanderbilt. Still on the sideline. Shot clock down to 10. Blakes. No foul called. Vanderbilt saves the possession, though. And Moore, with the shot clock expiring, had to fire it up. So a chance for Mississippi State. Good take. Prater draws the foul. Prater just so versatile.
Yeah, Prater has been big time in these overtimes. She's been taking it in, maneuvering her body to be able to get to the free throw line, but really stepping up big. And she's had an excellent start to the SEC season here.
She's their glue player. Pierre back into the game for Vanderbilt. And Pierre continuing to try to massage that right calf. Now the left. Prater makes both free throws. And it is a 3-point Mississippi State lead. We'll see if Pierre can be effective. Montague's going to get a breather.
And you can see the chess match of the substitution. So now when Pierre went back in, the first thing Ocott was back in to give some length on the inside.
We're in double overtime if you're just joining us. Pierre misses the shot. Russell looks up the floor to DeShields. DeShields. And it is a 5-point Bulldog lead with under 2 to play in double overtime.
What a run out by Mississippi State.
Blakes off the mark. Ocott with the rebound. That is her 22nd rebound of the game.
We've been clocking every one of them. And this is an important possession for Mississippi State to take some time off of the clock.
Russell holding the ball, shot clock it now at 10. Into Ocott, and Ocott, that is a very smart play as she makes almost 70% of her shots.
Excellent decision by Russell. You read my mind, Sam, because Russell has not had that great of a shooting night, but knows that she had Ocott down low.
And the two celebrating.
Yeah, they were. She knew at this two-man game, Russell's 0 for 10, that guard, and passed it into the post, knowing that Ocott is having herself a game. That's high-low action and playing smart when it matters the most, getting towards the end of the double overtime game.
Yeah, Medina Akat, what a star in the making from Kenya. She's only been playing basketball since 2020. She was a star in the 3x3 format of basketball, and therefore just incredibly fit. Great ball handler as well as an excellent post player, but she has now established a game where she's had the most rebounds in the entire conference this season. And with the elite players in the SEC, especially rebounders, that's saying something.
That's saying something. When you see those 2020 games, usually we only talk about Anissa Morrow from LSU in the SEC who's done that. But this is going to make headlines for Mississippi State to have a 20-point game and a 20-rebound game and really put her name on a mark for one of the top post players, not only in the SEC, but in the nation.
Well, Mississippi State is trying to get the upset on the road of Vanderbilt tonight, and they've had the opportunity to have the ball the last play in regulation. They had the ball at the end of that overtime, but this has been a heroic effort for the Bulldogs, and it would help solidify their seeding in the NCAA tournament. Charlie Cream saying the number 7 seed very much in play for them. Vanderbilt still with a chance to get to a top 16 seed before all is said and done. Vandy's ball. Russell going for the steal. Blake saves it. Green. Off the mark. Jordan grabs it. 82-75, the lead for Mississippi State. A 7-point advantage.
And if Vandy can't get a steal here soon, they're going to need to be able to stop the clock and get a free throw shooter at the line.
And the foul called on Blakes. And that will be all for Michaela Blakes. So Michaela Blakes finishes with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. That is a career high in rebounds for Blakes. And getting some words of affirmation from Shea Ralph as she leaves the game.
And if anybody, this was her first time watching Blakes, I mean, she still ran to the sideline, to the bench, all the way at the baseline. That's just the kind of player that she is, always hustling.
High character. So Prater at the line now. Prater 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight, trying to pad this Bulldog lead. Prater, who came in from Oklahoma State, back in the starting lineup for Sam Purcell. Missed that one. And a foul on the rebound called against Okai. That's her 3rd foul. But we will go back down to the other end, shoot free throws. So both teams in the bonus now with under a minute to play. Officials trying to determine who is going to shoot the free throws. So Tiffany Bird, our lead official, is going to check the monitor and see who the shooter should be.
Plays under review to determine the correct shooter.
The fans are trying to let them know, but they've been so on the attention to detail.
I think this is one review the players are happy for.
Everybody gets a little break.
Give us a break.
Yes.
Let's take another look. Again, the foul was called on Akat. And it's either going to be Kapanis or Pierre.
They called that over the back. It looks like it was Kapanis trying to make that box out.
If it is Kapanis, she has not been to the free throw line tonight. Sam Purcell's calling.
Vanderbilt player number 5.
And it will be Kapanis. So Sam Purcell actually calling his team over to talk to him. So is Shea Ralph. So Kapanis will go to the free throw line. The grad student who transferred in from Penn State came to Vanderbilt late because she was finishing her degree at Penn State and now in a master's program here at Vandy. Her first free throws of the night. It's her 25th free throw of the season. She's made 18 of them. smooth. Mitchell will check in and give Pierre a breather. It is a 6-point Mississippi State lead with 59 seconds to play. Full court pressure by Vanderbilt. Poe to Jordan. Jordan picked up her dribble to Prater. McKay. And Mississippi State loving that they're not getting fouled right now, eating clock. Shot clock down to 7. Jordan lost it on the way up. And now Poe gets it back for the Bulldogs. Now they have to start thinking of fouling. The easy bucket for Prater.
That's what kind of game it's been, back and forth with defense trying to make a steal for Vanderbilt.
Final 15 seconds. Mississippi State looking like it is going to hang on for the upset. Capitas off the mark, and it's going to happen. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State come to Nashville and get the win. A double overtime win for Mississippi State as the Bulldogs can celebrate.
That was so much fun, Sam. You know, two top teams in the SEC going at it. You saw their defensive prowess, you saw the offensive prowess, but it came down to rebounds, and Mississippi State really held that ledge. That was a lot of fun for both teams.
4 players in double figures for Mississippi State as they get their second conference road win of the season and boost that NCAA tournament resume. Jordan had 21 points along with Okot's 21.